earth here, and I just wanted to make um, this quick live stream, maybe just a few minutes of it. Hey guys, hope you guys are having a wonderful evening, wherever you're at, and I just wanted to say thank you for enjoying some of my YouTube videos that I make with speed tests. Um, and I just want to thank everybody for that. Unfortunately, bad things are really happening to me right now, and I don't know how much longer my body is going to be able to keep trucking because I'm starting to feel very bad lately. I'm starting to decline in my health, physically, not mentally, and just letting you guys know that, just letting you know in case something happens, if I don't upload or something. Um, the my terminal illness is taking control of my body now, and that's it. And there's really nothing that I can do. Let me call you back, okay? Let me call you back, man. Okay. Um, like I was stating, I'm having a really bad time. Um, about to become homeless. I'm very sick and very ill. Uh, I don't know if it's the disease progressing. I'm running out of funds to keep myself in a place that I could sleep, and I'm also getting very ill. And like I said, for many years I have been trying to fight the good fight, and I've been trying to help people with mental illness and to talk about anxiety and all the different stuff about mental illness, psychiatric disorders, doing speed test videos, loving speed test videos, etc. But unfortunately, I think I don't know how much longer I have for physical left. I knew this was going to happen, I just didn't know how fast. The stress, I have so much stress, guys, that I wish nobody on earth to have as much stress as I'm having. Not being able to stand up for more than 10 minutes, not being able to talk for too long, not able to stay awake for more than 8 to 10 hours a day. Um, just declining in my health. And I wish to everybody good health and good fortune, no matter what happens. And I've had so many years of torment from my own body, and it's physically attacking me now. I don't know if it's an autoimmune problem, or if it's my back, or if it's my red blood cells or white blood cells, but I definitely have something going on with my back. Excuse me, my spinal cord. I'm not producing new um, things for my spinal cord, and it's making me definitely ill. But to everybody else out there that's suffering from anxiety, depression, or any other illnesses out there, I hope you very well, and I hope you'll have a better outcome than me. I can't even afford to see a doctor. I can't afford to pay for a doctor. I can't afford to get insurance, and I don't think I'm going to get the help that I need. I'm not a pregnant female, and so the chances of me getting that assistance for pregnant female is zero, because I, I, I don't have ovaries. So unfortunately, I don't apply for that. I tried applying to get help, and they declined me because I'm not a female that's pregnant. and I don't have children. So I got declined when I needed the medical assistance right away. The doctor's visits, the blood testing that I need to have done so I can get the treatments so I don't get sicker and sicker, it's too expensive. So um, I'm still proud that I lasted this many years, to be honest with you. You know, I'm really happy that I did last all these years here on YouTube and before YouTube and stuff like that. I'm really happy that I met a lot of cool people throughout the years. Unfortunately, my body is, or it feels like it's giving out on me, and I'm very sad about that. I did get to see the country. I did get to see most of it. I'm gonna try to see the rest of it in case something happens to me through my body, and I don't know if it's a failing. I don't know. I don't know if it's something bad. I just can't say what it is here on YouTube, but it's my body is failing me, and it makes me sad. But I hope I recover. But with the way the country and the world is going, and with the way that I don't have any financial stability to see said doctors, need to get the blood work done. I need to check for everything. You know, I need to check to see what I'm allergic to. I need to check to see if I have C677T gene mutation for a lack of folate. I need to check my vitamin levels. I need to check my blood work. I need to check my heart. And then I also need to check my brain. And then I need to also have a spinal tap. And all these procedures are too expensive, and I just cannot get insurance. Nobody in my family is helping me with that, and it makes me sad. I can't get assistance. I just cannot. I tried. I have been trying for the last half year, and I'm not getting anywhere with anybody. And so I suffer. Every day I lay in bed, guys, and thinking I might die because of the way I feel physically. You know, I'm not able to do a lot of things that I used to. I'm experiencing tingling and numbing feelings in my feet, and I don't have diabetes. My blood sugar is fine, and I still have tingling and numbness. My vision is becoming a little bit more blurry every few months. It gets a little bit worse. The doctor did diagnose me with MS, with multiple sclerosis, and I think it's advancing a little bit, or something else is happening. I'm having just all these issues, you know. I knew I was going to many years ago. I guess it was a premonition of all the dreams I had of having all these issues. I didn't know that I was going to go just straight from anxiety to this. But, I mean, it was kind of bound to happen after all these years of these high blood pressure attacks on my body, the constant weird dizziness type of feelings that I feel during the day, every single day for the last 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 9 years. The vertigo attacks I had at a car dealership in New Jersey. The vertigo attack I had while laying in bed in New Jersey. I had another vertigo attack. It was a real bad one in Miami. When I was in Miami. In Texas, I had a couple of vertigo attacks, but not as bad as the ones that I had in California. Those were the worst ones and scarier than heck. Never experienced anything like that before. Vertigo attacks are not as bad, but I get this really nasty fatigue. I've cut down on sugar, salt, sodium. I've cut down on everything that's bad, like real bad for you on a consistent basis, but I will occasionally go out and get something to snack on because I'm a hungry motherfudger. I don't eat, and another thing is, I don't have an appetite. Another thing that's making me worried is my hair is physically not growing out anymore. It stopped growing after I cut it this last time. My hair is not growing back at all. It only grew up a little bit and then it stopped. I don't know what's going on with me. This is scary to me. But my hair literally stopped growing. I don't. My hair will not grow back. It's almost been like a month or something like that, and my hair should have already been about two or maybe a couple inches, and I barely have any hair on my head right now. It's not growing back. My fingernails are growing very slowly. This is very scary to me, and I don't know what's going on. I don't know what kind of illness causes this, where everything just suddenly slowed down out of nowhere. But it is progressing, and it makes me sad. But I need help. Um, if I had a bigger YouTube audience, I know I could get the medical help that I would need to get assisted so I could get treated properly. Because I want to live on the earth a couple more years, a few more years. But I just, that's why, I'm gonna explain, guys. That's the reason why I drive so much. That's the only distraction I have is when I drive, unfortunately. Try to take away my sadness that I have, well, from my own body doing this to me. My own body's making me suffer. Exercising, going to a pool, going and doing all of this stuff when I was younger, exercising. I used to be in tip top shape. I used to have an abs. I used to have six pack abs. I used to be completely in shape. My blood pressure was always good. My pulse was always in the 60s. And when exercise, it would only go up to like the low hundreds. Even if I was really pushing it, it would only go in the hundreds. I used to walk 2 or 3 miles a day when it was 100 plus degrees without dying. I thought that was pretty impressive now that I think about it. I used to play basketball every single day. God, it was so much fun back in the early 2000s, when everything seemed to be a little bit more normal and nobody was harassing anybody. I miss going to the movies constantly. I miss being able to stand for 10 hours. I miss all those days. I miss going to all the sites in South Texas, going to the Bat Caves, going to SeaWorld and all that stuff. And I miss those days. I really do. And I miss going to the beach in Corpus Christi and Padre Island. And, I miss those days when I could just be able to relax and enjoy my life. But unfortunately, it started with anxiety and it's turned into something way worse than just anxiety. And now I don't have any help. I have nobody that I could turn to get me back up on my feet so I can get back to my own life. I miss the days when I used to be able to climb up stairs constantly. I used to run up the stairs all the time. When I was younger, I could run up 40 flights of stairs without being tired too much. I was amazed at how many stairs I could run up and down. Like non-stop running. I could just run all the time. Matter of fact, I ran from, in the city of San Antonio, uh, I ran from the deep north side all the way to the deep south side, and I ran from the deep west side. I took 90 all the way east. I used to have a lot of fun until IH-10 east or whatever. And I used to have a lot of fun, and I don't know what's going on now, but that's all I really have to say. I will continue to upload videos that I see fit. If anybody wants to talk to me or help me or whatever, you can reach me on my PayPal account. If y'all want to help me try to get a doctor so I can get seen. I've tried everything. I tried doing side jobs and everything, but it's not enough. And I think I failed my audience on YouTube, to be honest. But if you want to help, you can Cash App # the planet Earth and paypal.me/the planet Earth. If you want to help, you don't have to, but if you want to help me get back on my feet, and so I can see a goddamn doctor so I can find out what's wrong with me physically. Because I'm going to be honest with you, this fatigue that I'm feeling is not normal. The muscle weakness is not normal. Having a gait problems at my age is not normal. My blood work every time I've gone to the ER room is not normal. My TSH levels are normal, but my MCV levels are low. And my platelet count is low, and I don't know why. I also have low monocytes. I don't know what that's from. That's not good. That's not a good sign. I hope it's not cancer, but if it could be, because I have low monocytes, but I'm not 100% sure what kind of illness that is. But it's disturbing, and I need help. I want help. And I tried everything. I've done everything. That's why I'm coming up on here and asking if anybody could help me, at least show me something that could help me, because I need blood work done and I need help. This is genuinely coming down from my heart. I don't know what else to tell you. If you haven't noticed, I haven't really been uploading lately. It's because I've been feeling sick, nauseous, just weird feelings that I've never experienced before in my life. So if anybody out there would be willing to help me so I can get a doctor and see what's going on with me, that would be wonderful. So thank you. Sorry to all the people that I know that were watching this, and I didn't respond to any of the comments, but I cannot take any negativity right now. Ugh. I can't take any negativity right now, guys. I'm so upset because I don't know how anxiety turned into this, but it sure did. And no, my medication is not working for that issue. If anybody's wondering, it just does not work. I'm clammy. I feel anxious all the time. My living situation is as usual. I mean, in California it was bad. In Miami it was decent. In New Jersey it was okay-ish. In Texas it was bad. I've never had a break, guys. I haven't had a break since 2010. And that's when all my mental illness started to begin with. I talk to you guys openly about this stuff because I just don't care anymore about this. But I would like to get help. And I'd like to see what's physically wrong with me. I've been suffering now, guys, for about 3 months now. I mean, just doing my review videos on flashlights is hard on me, and I don't even know why. Like, I didn't even do nothing to nobody. I must be getting punished from my past life. I can't think of anything else. That's the only thing I can come up with. And I regret anything I ever did in my past lives, if that's even possible. But sometimes I think the planet Earth, of the actual Earth, is a place of suffering for some people because they did bad in a past life or something. But that's just speculation, guys. Anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. Thank you guys for watching. I will continue to make random videos. You may see driving videos. You may see just the most random videos ever. That's the Planet Earth channel. That's why I named myself the Planet Earth to begin with. Is because it's gonna be anything of the Earth. It could be a video of the sky. It could be a video of me driving. It could be a video of just random crap, because it is the Earth. We live on this little ball in space in the middle of nowhere. I mean, that's all we have is our ball of space, and that's it. After you leave the Earth, it's pretty empty. There's nothing out there for quads of miles, quadrillions, almost some infinity miles. I mean, what, you got gas, you got space, you got planets, you got solar systems, you got universe. I mean, is the universe finite or infinite? I just don't know at that point either. I don't know if our universe is finite or infinite. But I really need help, and I really want to get better, but I can't find nothing. And then what happens when we die? Like, do we go to, where do we go? Like, do we go to heaven? Is there even a heaven? Do we go to heaven, or do we just go to a different part of the universe? Do we reset our clocks here on Earth? Do we come back as a different alien species? An alien? Another human being? Another animal? Or what? This is weird, man. This whole setup of the whole universe to begin with is whole strange when you think about it. We got black holes. We have just weird crap, man, out there in the universe. We got quasars, we got solar systems. I mean, the whole thing is freaking weird, man. And supposedly we got black holes in every single middle of our galaxies, of our Milky Way galaxy, and the Andromeda galaxy is supposedly supposed to hit us within a few, I think a few billion years or so. How is that going to turn out for the human species after we're all gone? This whole thing of everything that's happening here in our country and around the world is scary. I don't like what's going on, and it's stressing me more out. I'm, scared to do a lot of things I used to have fun with. I tried going out, getting some vitamin D on my body, getting out in that sun, moving my legs, moving my muscles, doing some jumping jacks, etc. But it's just the fatigue, man, is insanity, and I never experienced anything like it. Anyways, I'm sorry, guys, for just going on for so long. It's just so many questions and no answers. We literally are never going to find out where we came from. At the end of the day, we will never find out where we came from. Did we come from, supposedly, did we come from the Big Bang? Did we really come from the Big Bang? And what created the Big Bang before the Big Bang? And what was before the Big Bang's Big Bang, okay? I'm sorry. I'm a skeptic on that. You're going to tell me we came from nothing into something and then something that was nothing to come into something? You can't tell me that just happened. There's something weirder about this whole existence to begin with. And I do question it. Our whole existence in this whole universe to begin with is very bizarre. And with my anxiety-inducing mind, it really tempts me to think about this stuff, even though our human brains are not really able to accept the fact that we are very small in comparison to our surrounding out of Earth. The fact that there's no gravity out in space for us like normal on the planet full of iron. The fact that we can't just freely go out into space and go to a moon, go to another different planet. The fact that we can't go at the speed of light yet, I would assume. The fact that we have suns that are just continuously boiling off, but yet they somehow survive billions of human years, and then they explode into a supermassive nova, or they decline into a black hole. I mean, what kind of bizarre fuckery is that? That is bizarre at the end of the day. What kind of life is that? Like, what kind of life are we living where we're so susceptible to meteorites and comets hitting this planet, but yet we live on this little ball in the middle of nowhere and we don't even know what the hell it is. Yes, we call it the Earth, and yes, by science, we call it planet Earth. But what really is this place, man? When you actually think about it and you put your head together, this isn't just a planet, this is something else. Why are we floating out in the middle of space, in the middle of nowhere, and yet we can't get in contact with any other beings, whether it be spiritual or through reality or through non-reality? You're going to tell me that we're the only people that exist, or the only species of Homo sapiens that exist in the middle of nowhere, Earth? We're the only species other than the other species that live on this planet? You're not going to tell me there is no other aliens out there of some sort of extraterrestrial being? There's no way. The universe is too damn big. If we're the only ones out there, then we're a waste of space. Because our lives don't make sense. We live it for 60, 70, 80 years on average? Human years? And how do we even interpret time? What is time? I know time exists, but what is it? It is the motion of the human brain that interprets time, or what? I'm not smart at all, but it just really confuses me on how we got here to begin with. And why is it that some humans suffer more than other humans, even though we're the same species? Like, why do some humans get cancer, heart disease, heart attack, strokes, aneurysm, and then some humans live to be 90 to 100 years old with no issues on the same planet that we were supposed to be living on, with the same amount of oxygen, which is, what is it, I think 17%, 18% oxygen? I'm not 100% sure. I'm not a scientist. But I just find it strange that we live on this middle ball in the middle of nowhere and we don't have any answers to what we are. I mean, sure, we're human beings, but what are we actually? Are we just a species? Are we just an animal? Like we say dogs and cats are animals? I mean, we love our animals, we love our pets, we even love our creepy, crawly. Well, nobody likes, like creepy crawlies, but I'm just stating a fact. Like, what the hell are we as a species? Like, who are we? Like, where did we come from? You can't tell me we came out of nothing. It doesn't make no sense. Like, it just doesn't make sense. Who are we? Like, what the fuck did we come from? Like, seriously. Well, what? We just came up on this planet out of nowhere? There's no way. I find it hard to believe that we are the only species in this whole universe. I find it excessively hard to believe. There is no way in this whole universe that we are the only species of dog and cat, of all the fish and all the aquatic animals and fishes and weird alien type creatures that live on the bottom of the seafloor of this earth, and you're gonna tell me, that's it. No. No, 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 no. The aliens that you're looking for are in the ocean, for sure. And if not, they are some weird looking creatures compared to us mammals that survive off of meat and vegetarian, you know, meat and lettuce and stuff like that. We are a very weird species. We drink caffeinated beverages. We eat food. We eat cheese. We eat freaking crackers. We're weird. We eat chocolate, but at the end of the day, all those chemicals that were created were only from the earth. So we're literally eating everything that exists off this planet. We eat, right? We eat some of the mammals, unless you're like a vegetarian or something, or like a really vegan or something like that, where you refuse to eat another animal, which I understand. But then you just think about it. It's like, why do we eat other animals? Who told us that we could eat animals? And why does it taste good? At the end of the day, why does lettuce taste good? Why does it taste good when you put ranch dressing, or if you put Thousand Island? Why does that taste good? Why does it help us become anemic? The human species is very bizarre. Our species, I don't even know how we got here. I can't figure this out. I won't be able to figure this out. Not even the most smartest people on this planet will figure this out. We don't know where we came from. They keep saying that we came from apes. Okay, even if we did come from apes, where do they come from? They keep saying they came from water. Okay, so we came from fish. If we came from fish, where do the fish come from? Where do the atoms come from? Where are the atoms to make a molecule to create us as a human species? That makes no sense to me. And then to go back even further, what created the spark that created the chemicals of nitrogen and oxygen and all that weird crap to create us, to create the human species? This is so bizarre. Like, it's just, who are we? Well, do we even exist in real life, or are we just a figment of someone's or something's imagination? How do we even get here? Who are we? What? We got 2 eyes, 2 noses to breathe out of. We have a mouth. We have teeth. We have ears to listen to, unless you have ear problems. We have one beating heart. We have 1 liver that supposedly processes blood. We have kidneys, gallbladders, private parts for procreation methods, and for, of course, excreting, bad stuff out of your body through 2 orifices. I just don't understand the mechanisms of our existence, I've had a lot of years to think about this, and I can't come to the conclusion of our species. I understand that we are okay, we tend to primigate to each other, I guess you could say, like, be close to each other, fight each other. I mean, people literally end people's lives. I understand that happens. It seems to happen with every animal species, not just humans. And then what I find weird about it is, sure, yes, of course, the human species is the most bizarre species in the world, okay? In this planet. We created things to fly. We created things to fly. We created things to move in. We've created ways to kind of stop humans from dying as fast or dying, aka like having a mild heart attack. They can put a stent in you and save your life. They can do a bypass on you, which could save your life. We are the weirdest species in. You know what? I'm gonna say it. We're the weirdest species in the universe. Uh, Team Human, I guess, but we're the weirdest species on the earth. Look at us. We drive metal boxes, driving down the fucking road. It's weird. We made roads out of concrete and asphalt. That's weird too, by the way. I understand that it makes sense, but it's weird. We drink out of plastic cups. We drink liquid with ice when our body temperatures are around 98.6 to 98 to 97 to 96. And we drink cold beverages. We have to rehydrate through salt and through chloride just to not die in a desert. If we get too hot, our internal body temperature rises to a dangerous level and we end up having a stroke. How weird is that though? And then if you go into an Arctic tundra, or if you get stuck outside for too long, or if your car breaks down in the middle of a winter storm, then you freeze to death. What the hell kind of species are we? Where we can't even survive a 0 degree temperature, and we cannot survive a 100 degree temperature. We have to have a perfect balance of homeostasis of at least 70 Fahrenheit to survive in this planet normally. Or we have to wear deep clothes, or we have to take almost no clothes and drink lots of water and maybe mix it with a little bit of Pedialyte or Gatorade so you don't get dehydrated in the desert and your heart rate goes too high and then you have a stroke. Isn't that weird? Don't you think that's weird? How the humans can only take a nominal temperature of about 70 to 80 degrees? Does nobody on this earth find that weird and bizarre? Does nobody on this earth find it weird that we have to drink water to keep alive? I understand that the body needs the water, but doesn't nobody find that kind of weird? Without the water we die? Does nobody find that weird that without enough protein and nutrients we die? Does nobody find that weird, or is that just me, or am I just talking out of my bun? Nobody finds that weird. So nobody finds that weird that we're just living on this planet and we have to consume all this shit. And what do we get out of it? We get about what? Maybe, if you're lucky. If you don't die in a car crash, you don't die in a plane crash, you don't get shot, you don't get stabbed, you don't get jacked, you don't have any of these issues happen to you, then your average life expectancy is about 50, 60, 70, 80 years old. On average. The average human in this planet. Whether you be from the United States, Canada, Mexico, or whether you be in the European Union somewhere, whether you're in, I don't know if you want to say Russia or China or the Ukraine or Botswana, South Africa or Australia, New Zealand, or whatever. You want to talk about Chile or if you're Argentina. The average life expectancy on this planet, whether you're in a tropical region or even a Arctic region, is about 75 to 78 years old. Why do we live on this planet for only about 78 years? Why do we die at such a young age? How come the human body cannot last that long? Why do we develop issues with our bones and muscles after about 40 to 50 years? Why? What is it? Is it the chemicals? Because this has been happening since millennia. It's been happening since the beginning of the human race. I mean, a stupid comet wiped out the damn dinosaurs. And the only dinosaur that I could think of that still roams this damn earth, I would say, are birds and that stupid shoebill animal. That thing is the weirdest thing I've ever seen in my life, in real life. Okay, look up shoebill. Those are the weirdest animals on this planet. And that might be the only animal that may or may not have survived that comet hit in the earth somehow. Look up shoebill. And I just question everything, you know? My question is, what are we? That's my question at the end of the day. What are we? Who are we? What do we represent as human beings? So do we just... What is our purpose of life? What are we here for? What's our purpose of life? Does anybody actually have the answer? Scientifically speaking, I'm not talking about parody or, anything disgusting. What is our purpose of actual life? What is the purpose of it? That's my question at the end of the day. Like, what is the purpose of the Mexican cartel killing people? What's that purpose of that? What's the purpose of that? Or what's the purpose of people attacking each other randomly? Like if you're walking down, you're la 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 la, walking down the street, la la la, and then somebody attacks you. Like, what is that? It's psychopathy. But what is it? What's the purpose of it? What is the purpose of waking up to a beautiful bluish sky in, I don't know, on an October or a March morning? When you wake up, it's kind of chilly and then it gets warm, but you see this beautiful sunrise and you see that beautiful sun. So what is the purpose of our lives? What are we doing here on this planet? Are we alone? Are we not alone? Are there other creatures out in the universe, or are we really by ourselves? That's the question I would like to have answered. And guess what? That question will never be answered, at least by us regular folks of human species. We are doomed from the beginning of our birth to the day that we die. We have been doomed since the beginning. We will never understand how we got here, who created us, what created us, and the question that I need to know is, why did they create us? That's the bigger question. Why are we here? What do we exist for? What does the human race exist for? Because what I have seen so far in my young years of living, I have seen a majority of peaceful humans and then a half majority of violent humans that like to kill people, that like to hurt, that like to abuse, that like to make people feel like shit. And then there's the other half of humans that love, that love to care about other humans. So at the end of the day, my question is, why are we here? Can anybody answer that? What is our purpose of life? Really? I'm not trying to say this because I'm trying to make anybody depressed. I genuinely want to know what our purpose of living on this planet is for. What are we here and how did we get here? I mean, you're going to tell me that the stars just randomly collided and said, oh, look, I'm going to create life. Look, they have a beating heart. No, that doesn't just happen. There's no way. Two stars collided, two atoms collided and said human being. Fish. Atoms. Let's create them. No, and no. I'm sorry. It doesn't happen that way. It just doesn't happen that way. And then you're going to tell me that we came from the Big Bang? Even if we did come from the Big Bang, how did the Big Bang start? Two atoms connected and boom. Life, universe. Okay, so what was before that? Nothing? Because then there had to be nothing before something, and then something before nothing. So it just doesn't make sense to me. My mind can't physically comprehend how we got here. Is anybody smart enough to answer this question? Some people say your purpose of life to be here is just to live. Well, what if I told you that? What if I thought that maybe our purpose of life is to be slaves? What if I thought that? What if I thought that the human race is slaves? What if I thought that? What if I thought that, and I thought that with a clear conscience? What if I thought that the human race is here just to be slaves? In some way or another. We're bound to the planet. We can't easily escape it. You have to have a rocket just to leave the atmosphere. And what do most humans do? They take resources from the earth. What do the resources do? They turn it into electricity and power and energy of some sorts, right? So they mine the earth. They go down, deep down in the mines, and they mine the earth. I'm just saying. It's weird. Exactly. The point I'm making is, did God put us here? Did the Big Bang put us here? Who put us here? Huh? And if God put us here, what did he put us here for? To thrive. And if the Big Bang put us here, why are we even existing? How are we alive? We've had millions of millions and millions and millions and millions of years to get hit by a comet already and wipe the human species out. But it has not happened yet. And then the human species has the audacity to create weapons that can destroy this whole planet? Who are we? Who gave them the audacity to destroy the whole planet if they wanted to? Who gave them the big things to destroy the whole planet if they wanted to? Huh? Where do we get so much energy from? Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You're telling me that a few humans, human beings, created some of the strongest explosions in human history that could possibly devastate a whole planet all at once through nuclear radiation fallout. How? Because of their smart minds? Okay, fine. But at the end of the day, that's really fucking weird to me. They created well, if you want to get technical, mini star explosions. If you want to get technical, I guess you could say micro star explosions, because it's the same kind of thing. Look how much damage one of those things do to wherever it hits. It destroys everything in its fucking path. Man, the human species is bizarre. So half the human species like to destroy things, and half the human species like to repair things. We are the weirdest. Okay, first of all, I'm going to say it. We are the absolute weirdest species to ever exist. The human species is bizarre. So we have a few humans that like to destroy everything. We have a few humans that like to create and prosper and be nice. We have a few humans who like to do the most absolute, unequivocal, evil things imaginable probably in the whole universe. They want to see the world burn. And then you have the humans that are normal, that care about people. And then you got the ones that want the world to burn. Where did we come up with that? Why did humans become so resentful of their own species? Why? Why are humans violent? Where did we get that violent gene from? Is it from our ancestors? Anybody have an answer to that? I bet you nobody has an answer to that. So, half the human species are violent as hell. Half the human species are nice as hell. And then a few of the species are in between nice and evil. Man, we have so many problems, guys. We have a lot of problems. And then just this hatefulness towards each other is insanity. At the end of the day, I'm going to say this, but at the end of the day, other than the animals that we have in our houses and stuff like that, or whatever you want to call it, dormitory, apartments, houses, homestead, whatever, at the end of the day, it's just a flat loft or whatever you want to call it. At the end of the day, the human species should not be fighting each other. They should be together as one species, because at the end of the day, we are all we have, if that makes sense. We have nobody else. There are no other aliens right now visiting this planet. And when I say aliens, I'm talking about other species from other planets or galaxies, or even remotely possible in other universes or times. We are by ourselves. We are alone. And that's why the human body and the human mind, and I would say so, is because they want to, they don't want to be alone. A lot of humans don't like to be alone. Look at it scientifically. Humans don't want to be lonely. Scientifically. That's the reason why humans try to bond with each other, and that's usually a reason why a guy and a girl get married and they procreate, because the humans are not meant not to be together in relationships and bonding and marital, marriage, or even just having a relationship with each other. That's the reason why humans do what they do, is because they don't want to be alone. They don't like it. Nobody wants to be alone. They may say, yeah, I want to be alone, I want to be single. That's not the truth. At the end of the day, I would say 87 to 90% of humans don't want to be alone at the end of the day. Even if Even if they're evil or not, they still don't want to be alone if possible. They still want a girl or a guy, and they still want to possibly have kids or not. And then there's these humans that are dividing our world. They're dividing right now, like in this time zone of 2020, 2021, 2022, and counting. There's humans out there that want to divide people and fight with each other. I don't understand why. I just don't understand why humans have a lust for power. Scientifically speaking. I'm not talking about like moral, but scientifically speaking. There are people out there that want absolute control of other humans. I don't know what they get out of it. I don't understand it. That's the reason why I wish the slavery in the old days of the United States would have never existed. And slavery in Africa, slavery in the European nations back then, or whatever the hell it was called back then, Babylon times or whatever. I wish humans were never slaves to anybody, any other humans. But unfortunately, it happened, and it just continues and it continues and it continues even to this day. Now, people are not slaves necessarily in the fields. Now, they're slaves to big box stores of other humans that control everything. And money, the world revolves around the dollar bill. I understand that. But at the end of the day, it's still slavery. It's just modern day slavery. That is my opinion. I will not change it. If you want to make your life good, you have to slave to that dollar bill. Well, even if you're in a different country, or pounds, or Canadian dollars, or pesos, or not, whatever. Okay, I'm only knowing North America on this side of North America. But, people slave to that, and I don't understand why we're in this kind of situation. It's very bizarre, and I have no explanation to it. Anyways, I'm not a TED talker. I just wanted to talk about this because it's been on my mind for so many years. I mean, we're talking more than 15 years it's been on my mind. And I really wanted to talk about this and tell you guys about my health is not the best shape, and wish you guys would help me get a doctor, because I could really see a doctor right now. I would love to feel normal again, guys. I would do anything right now. But just to feel normal again. I can go out and exercise and get everything situated. But at the end of the day, like I said, us humans are just really weird species. And anyways, I'm sorry guys. I didn't know how long I was talking. Probably over like, I would say what, more than half an hour, but less than an hour. Oh yeah, 40 minutes. 47 minutes. Oh Jesus. Okay. Anyways, guys, stop being divided. Your fellow human is right next to you. I hope you know. And also love your animals, no matter what they are, even if they're weird looking, like a spider. Always love your animals, man. All right, y'all have yourself a good day.